It's been a little minute. Yes, sir. But y'all know what time it is. Badmon things, you know? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Badmon Jackson back again with oh. Hold up. Yet. Oh. Hold up. Another. Oh. Hold up. Bitch. And today we gonna be reacting to people guess who's white and a group of people, but it's the post interview of the video that we already acted to before, and it's a lineup video by Cut, not the Cut, just Cut. But before we dive on in it though, please do me this favor. Hit that. Been a minute since I had to do this, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like button. Hit that. I'm too relaxed, bro. I don't even think the dance would look smooth. Subscribe button. And hit that bell button so you can be notified whenever I drop a new video like this. Also, share it with your family and friends. But that's all I got. So without further ado, let's dive on in.
One of my buddies at school, he was originally from Africa. I remember when I told him that I was black, he was just like, "Oh, my brother!"
Hey, some people really are very embracing
Carlos,
like this.
I'm half Mexican, half Nicaraguan.
My name is
Nicaraguan.
Melinda. I'm Native American and Mexican.
My name's David Matthews. I am white and black.
Today during the video,
David
people
Matthews.
guessed
That is, he got two
That I
names.
was white,
Almost.
100%. Everybody said that I was white.
I want to say that
Yeah,
you might be white.
because he looks 100% white.
White.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, to me, he looks 100% white.
Pass as white.
All the time.
All the
Nobody
time.
second guesses that I'm white in any situation.
He's
pretty
a second
much.
guess.
For the most part, it doesn't come up at all because I look so white.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
It-
Because I
I
tend
can
to
see.
be a little ambiguous, especially with people of color. Most of the time, they won't accept that I'm Latino, or people are shocked when they hear me speak Spanish.
You speak Spanish?
I do, fluent.
I can see
say
that.
some stuff.
I mean, to me though, he does have a little bit of that white passion, like you said. But to me, I can kind of see the Hispanic, type of look. He is more ambiguous, in my opinion. I don't think, to me, he doesn't look like a full-on white passing person. I wouldn't be surprised if he told me that he was Latina. Or Latino, I mean. I wouldn't be, because I feel like I could see it. But that's just me. I could, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Why? ¿Por qué? Porque tengo que hablar español.
He speaks Spanish.
Even between Latino friends, you're always labeled as güero, which means like the white one.
People think I'm mixed, but
Well, to be honest, I actually did not know that was a thing in the Latinx culture, because obviously you have white Latinas, black Latinas, and then the spectrum in between that, whatever it may be. So I didn't realize that they had their own little thing, but it's like, yeah, you're not really like a real Latina, you're a white Latina, you're whatever word he just said, I forgot what he just said, but like the white one of a Latina or a Latino, Latinx person, kind of. I didn't know they did that, to be honest with you. That actually kind of, that's crazy. 'Cause I thought they were just kind of, like in most other places, the lighter you are, usually more desirable or whatever, higher up you are. But for them, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? you're whitewashed. You're whitewashed Latina. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy to see that perspective of it. I'd never thought of it that way before, that they went through that. Because obviously, you know, Hispanic and Latinx isn't a race, it's an ethnicity. So there are white and black Latinas or Latinos, Latinx people. And to see it like that, to hear his experience of that as, I guess. So what would they consider, or like, you know, the real Latin person? Would they just be, you know, like the olive skin or something, or the brownish skin, you know, clayish skin? What would they consider that then? As like a real Latina person within their group? Well, you know, and I'm kind of curious of that, because that's crazy. That's crazy to think about. Because like for us, you know, as a black person or you know, West Indian person, or black West Indian person, I should say, it is mainly, you know, just like that. It's like you're black or you're not. Sometimes you have lighter skinned people on the spectrum, darker skinned people on the spectrum, you know. But at the end of the day, they're all still considered, you know, black. You know, so I don't know. Just a thought that crossed my mind with that.
But that's a different complexity, and that's usually coming from like the black communities identifying me as mixed.
Brown?
Like, white people always knew I was different, and like brown and black people always like accepted me more quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm part white.
I mean, yeah,
mom's white.
because for me, she obviously isn't white. I mean, you can't say that she's black either, but she obviously isn't white. She's obviously a person. She's obviously a person of color. And I believe she said she was like what, Puerto Rican and Trinidadian or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So like, yeah, I can see that. You know, so it does make more sense for people of color to embrace her quicker, because like you can see clearly you got the features of a person of color. She just has a lighter skin complexion. That's the only thing. So.
White, but my dad's from Hawaii, so I'm native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Asian.
Sneaky.
Yeah. I guess
Sneaky.
over the course of this, I've been saying like
White,
Asian, Pacific Islander, Hawaiian.
Person of color.
And those are the boxes are normally checked in the census, but I think there's always a feeling of all of the above and none of the above.
Coming to
That's
the
funny.
U.S. in the beginning, I would just automatically pick other because everything else didn't
Ahmed.
seem to apply. Until I one day like.
Oh, he has some nice eyes, bro.
bro.
It's like the eyelashes and like the brown of his eyes.
White was, and it said that white was
With the
a
gloss on
person
it. It
of
looks nice.
European, Middle Eastern, or North African descent. So I was like, oh wait.
Oh, he's
Guess I'm
he's
white.
Moroccan.
So I
Isn't he?
googled it, and it turns out that like legally in the U.S. I'm considered white, even though I don't get identified as white.
I don't identify
Wait,
as
but
white.
why doesn't he get identified as white? Because just because you're Moroccan or African does not mean that you're black, though, or that you're a person of color. So, what does he consider himself? I didn't see that. I know he doesn't consider himself white. What does he consider himself though? Because he said because he's the one that's from Morocco, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I don't feel like rewinding all the way back to that either. But yeah. Huh.
White, although I am part German, Irish, Swedish, and French.
Do you like Tom
Oh,
Hanks?
wow, that's the
I
whitest of
like
whitest right
him in
there.
Forrest Gump. My favorite actor is Jim Carrey, though.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah, Jim Carrey slaps, right? Jim Carrey, he a funny ass dude.
White people feel comfortable talking to me. They assume that we have common interests. They
Sick.
look more at our similarities than our differences.
I've definitely had
Eric
like white
with a
girls
K.
date me just because they like.
I can see the
anime
Japanese in him.
or, like they're into that sort of culture, and they want to like break off a little piece of that that's like in a palatable, easily consumable, half white deconstruction of what that is.
I never really even thought about anything being white until people
Why do
started
you capitalize the
mistaking
other L? Al. X. Doing the Al. X. White. That's funny.
me for other things.
He's like Aladdin.
What's Aladdin?
He flies on
Who said
carpets.
Aladdin?
He hangs out with.
Aladdin was brown though.
He's brown. Aladdin is brown.
I'll go with non-white.
He don't look brown to
I'm the
me,
person that's
but he does
white,
look
so you're
Jewish.
not white.
He does have the Jewish
If
features.
you're white, I'm gonna be mad.
That was like super surprising to me. Growing up in New Mexico, everyone thought I was white. So that's kind of interesting for me to look at my own history and think about what it, where I really come from. But I experience the world as a white person.
Did anything shock you today
I can see that.
or surprise you?
Yeah, I think
Jordan.
everyone guessed that I was not
Biracial.
white, not white or a person of color. So that was really interesting because I've never really considered myself, either of those things. But I guess.
Wait, what does he consider himself?
Being somebody who doesn't.
He said
pass
that he
for
hasn't
white,
considered
like,
himself white or a person of color. What does he consider himself? Does he consider himself black, maybe? Because he's half black, half white, so he has to consider himself something. Or does he nothing at all? Can you do that? Can you do? I just don't consider myself anything. I don't identify as anything. I'm just me. Honestly, I mean, to be honest, if more people did that, then it probably would be less of judginess based off your ethnicity or race. You just be like, hey, I don't identify as nothing. I'm just me. I'm a human being. There's only one race. That is a human race, and that is I. Anyway,
I think people are constantly making assumptions about me. I'm also a queer person in the world, so to be like queer and brown and like identified as femme or like a woman, it doesn't really feel good because I just feel like I'm just the other, literally the other category.
What's your ethnicity?
I
I identify as white, but my mom is Native American, so I'm half white, half Native American.
What tribe?
That's crazy.
Monacan Indian from Virginia.
I mean, do people
From
ever ask you what
Virginia.
your ethnicity
Oh wow.
is?
No, everybody's like, where in Europe are you from? Like, what skin?
Exactly, bro. Because, bro, if you look at her, nobody is gonna look at her in first instance and be like, "Oh, that's a Native American." Nobody gonna look at that and say that, bro, because she literally has all of the pure white features. The blue eyes, blonde hair, pale skin. You know what I'm saying? And then the nose. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying? She looks. She got like 100% of the white genes. You know what I'm saying? She may have like one or two small little Native American, you know what I'm saying, characteristics that I can't see. But like she does, if you look at her, you're going to see a pure white person. That's crazy. And then her mom is 100% Native, straight Native, you know what I'm saying, from Virginia. I don't know, I didn't know there were Native people in Virginia still. It makes sense, cause then that's where all the pilgrims were. You know what I'm saying? That's where they took their land from. That's where they first started taking the land from. Getting the smallpox, chickenpox. Thanksgiving. Ain't. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't coming together to eat. They was not.
I can put it click the little Native American box on a census or like school forms, but I just never did it.
Yeah, why? When you're
I don't know. I guess because blonde hair, blue eyes. I think people said that today. You just look white.
Yeah,
But
I
girl,
can see that.
how much Native are you?
Cause
half and half?
there are some people that'll check that literally just. Cause isn't there was somebody was it what's her name, Elizabeth Warren? Oh shit, my computer. But like Elizabeth Warren, the one that was running for president for the Democratic Party, I think she had something similar like that too, where she identified as Native, even though obviously she doesn't look like it at all. And I forgot that she actually even had Native blood in her, because I know she was getting like a lot of criticism for that, because she did that to be looked at as like the first Native American person to do this, that, and the other, even though you can't get it to her. I mean, I guess if you have like a little bit of Native in you or whatever, a percentage of Native in you, then you could say that if you want to identify that just to be known as that. But it's just like, it kind of takes away from like the actual, well, not actual, because but like from the more, the Native people that would actually face Native challenges or be looked at as a Native, basically. Because you can do all that, yeah, but at the end of the day, you still look like a white woman, 100%. So you're gonna be treated as that and get the same privileges as that. So the road to getting to that point or doing that or achieving that accomplishment or wherever it may be is going to be I don't want to say easier for you, but it's definitely more achievable than it would be for a person that looked 100% like a Native American. You know what I'm saying? So You know what I'm saying? It makes sense not to want to check that box. You want to embrace the fact that it's there. You can know it's cool to tell people that, but you have to be realistic with yourself at the same time. Just be like, yeah, but I can't with full, confidence and good intent say that, oh, yeah, I'm a native. I'm just like you. I'm a native like you. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, you're not. Just to be 100% frank. And I ain't talking sausages.
Yeah,
Don't check that box. Check
Yeah.
the other box.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. Like there's something more to you. Don't water yourself down for society, sweetie.
I thought the whole exchange with Rain, like she was kind of getting on you about it. Like, how did you feel in that moment?
That made me feel like she's probably right. And yeah. I don't know. I think that's like something I need to explore personally. Like why question myself, like why don't I? Because I think it's something to be proud of, and I've always been proud of it.
Definitely be proud of it.
Really share.
Do you feel any kind of privilege with passing as white?
Oh, I'm for sure. I don't face any of the struggles that my dad did. Like as growing up as a black person, like people would follow him in stores, people would lock their doors as he walks by. I just have none of that whatsoever.
Do you feel privileged?
And he can literally firsthand say that. Literally from firsthand experience, he could say the privilege, you know what I'm saying, is see and identify with the privilege that he has as a white passing person compared to, you know what I'm saying, literally his own father, who was 100% black. Or 100% black passing, I should say. So he can actually see that. That's crazy to think about. I knew somebody like that in elementary school, actually. I know two people like that in elementary school, actually. Their dads were black. Both of their dads were black, actually. It's crazy to think about because I didn't think about it until just now. But they both, they're not related, but it's just two different cases of the same thing, basically. But they both looked 100% white. You know what I'm saying? Like they looked like white boys. To the extreme. And I was friends with one of them because one of them was in my neighborhood before he moved away, and I was friends with him. I was cool with him and stuff. And the other one I'll talk to every now and again at school or whatever. And it's just like you look at both of them, and you're not gonna see no black. You might see like maybe one or two small features, but at the time, especially as a kid, I didn't think that they were black. I didn't think that because they didn't look like me. They didn't look like me at all, right? And then I seen like the first time I seen their dad, I'm like, it's funny because as a kid, like you don't understand how all that works, right? And so when you see it, you try to make sense of it, or you just like what? Because like, I remember his dad first came to the school, and then I was like, his dad was black, 100% black, like my skin color, black. And he was bald, and I was like, are you adopted? Like, that's not your dad. That's not your real dad. That can't be your real dad. And he's like, yeah, that's my real dad. My mom's, you know what I'm saying? My mom's white or whatever. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, so trying to process it is like, why you look like that? Why you look like that, dude? Why don't you look like a mixed person or something? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you look mixed? And it's just like, what? And then the other one that lives in my neighborhood that I was cool with, it was weird also because he had a little sister, and his little sister looked mixed. You know what I'm saying? She had the mixed skin color tone, whatever that may be, like the brownish color, and like the curly loose curl hair and stuff like that. But he had straight hair, pale skin, brown eyes. It wasn't blue eyes, brown eyes though. And I'm just like, bro, he look white. And it's crazy to look at that, and it's just like, how'd I get off on this? Oh my goodness, bro! I've just been talking. I've just been talking. I don't even remember what the point I was supposed to be making right now. I'm a little tired too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause like, bro, I got off the plane the other day. You know what I'm saying? I slept like a baby in my bed. I ain't been in my own bed in the whole week. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, man. Point I'm making with all this. Yeah, because the guy was talking about the white passing and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy to see that you can have that privilege and stuff, and really know firsthand that you do, and see it firsthand for yourself how it affects you versus somebody else. So that's crazy.
Yeah. I know there's some Jewish people that don't identify as white, which kind of puzzles me.
It does puzzle
because
me.
I feel like Jews like experience privileges of being white, and they may have not in the past, but they do
A lot of them
now.
do.
I guess it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting when people started mistaking me as not being white. It kind of made me think differently about how I move throughout the world. Like, do people?
The thing about it though is Jewish also is not a race either. Jewish is, I think it is both an ethnicity and a religion. I think there is a Jewish ethnicity, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so like just because you're Jewish does not mean that you're white per se. There are different types of Jewish people. Like there are Ethiopian Jews. They were all black, or majority of them were black. And yeah, so it's just like, yeah. But from nowadays, especially in the social aspect of it now, when you think of a Jewish person, you know, people know what image they get in their head most of the time because of what's portrayed to them most of the time, and what, you know, most of them we end up seeing and stuff like that. So yeah, most of them do seem to resemble white people, and would pass as white for the most part. Even though they do have their distinctive Jewish features, they're still white. It's weird. It's weird to look at it in that case. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, with the history behind all that. But yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. I actually see what he's saying, but at the same time, it's like, what is crazy?
Not think I'm white. Do people treat me differently because they don't think I'm white? Because I sure go around feeling like a white guy, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of puzzling.
Have you ever been treated unfairly because someone thought you were for something?
Yeah, I think if I'm mistaken as Arab, there's obviously a lot of like Islamophobia and stuff.
When people don't think you're white, what are
I can see how you get mistaken as that too.
When they profile me as Mexican, it's annoying if when they ask if I'm legal. They ask me to translate things for them.
People will make jokes. They'll like make a stereotype about black people or say something like that, and then I'll be like, hey, I'm actually half black, and then sometimes they'll be like, oh shit, like I'm so sorry. No, okay.
It's like, bro, and that's the thing, bro. You see that? He just debunked it, bro. He just said it. You know, even behind closed doors, they'll say that stuff, bro. Behind closed doors, and I mean everybody knows this, or it should know this. But behind closed doors, they'll say that, John. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, and they'll think, oh, it's all fun and jokes and stuff. So, bro, some people even record themselves doing it. Like, how stupid can you be? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, hey, look, the proof is in the pudding, right there. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, bro, you know, I'm half black, right? And they just, it's an imposter. We got an imposter among us. Hey, come on, man. And I ain't talking about the game.
I had no idea. Then some other times they're like, oh, well, but you're not actually black. Like you would be offended. And it's like, no.
My demeanor is very
That's
different
crazy.
with like
That's
people
crazy.
of
That's
color
crazy.
versus like white people.
I fuck with him.
And like with like the one white woman, like me telling her that my eyebrows were like fuck you, like I could tell I like scared her.
Oh, okay, yeah, you have part of your eyebrow is shaved. Mm-hmm. Is that I don't know,
I did it
decoration?
myself.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, it's my way of telling people not to fuck with me.
Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, people really read it that way, and it's great.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't see those type of eyebrows like that to me.
And I was just like, oh, like I'm like the least like scary person, but like that's why I need this. And it was just interesting because I was like, oh, you know, like is that a microaggression? Like is that racism? Because you're afraid of like this perception of me and like why I am flagging. And as a white person, I think like her being like, oh, I don't want to fuck with you. Like that's exactly why I do it. So white people like her don't fuck with me, you know?
Do you think surprised you today?
You know, it's pretty much what I've gone on the basis of like, okay, I don't know what you really are. You're not really white, but you are white.
I thought today was very thought-provoking just because I've dealt with it my whole life. I thought, you know, I was pretty good about not putting people in a box and making those assumptions and looking more for similarities. But today I think my eyes were opened even wider, that I still do it.
What do you think of today?
Just that, like, you can't really tell who someone is based on their superficial characteristics, and it's not really fair to just label people.
He didn't talk much
without
until now.
actually talking to them at all?
I think I learned more about
but definitely
myself
though.
and like
I agree with him.
just the ways that I obviously engage and don't.
I guess whiteness, like what is whiteness? It's just like ever changing, the definition of it in the US.
The definition of whiteness in the US. Yeah, that was nice, bro. I ain't gonna lie, the post interview, that did kind of like bring even more into it, because you got to hear more from the actual people themselves and their experiences, so it kind of like makes it even more insightful from the actual lineup video that they had. This post interview, that was nice. That is crazy to think about though, because it's like, dang, because you know, nowadays especially, it's getting more and more blurred of what is a white person or person of color, you know what I'm saying? Because more white people, or white passing people, as you could say, do have these other races and ethnicity mixed into them, even though they look white or pass as white more so. They can still identify as a person of color because they still do have some of those characteristics, or you know, that culture and stuff like that within them. So I think that is crazy to think about nowadays. Like, dang, it's just not as black and white, you know, that gray area, you know what I'm saying, it filled up a lot. It's a lot bigger and stuff. And with more people being more accepting of that nowadays within themselves, of their other ethnicities or races or whatever, and not just embracing, oh, I'm white because I look white, it does kind of like blur the line a little bit. Even though socially, based off first impressions, they may get treated more as how they look. I've said this plenty of times already. But they can still, you know, clarify that within themselves, you know, amongst themselves and with the other people. Like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I may look white, but I still identify as this or that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's very interesting, and I like I said, I like that a lot. It's very insightful, and like that really covers a lot of areas I kind of had questions about, I guess, when watching the initial video. So yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Thank you for recommending that to me. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video though. If y'all did, you know what I'm saying, help me out, help me grow, help me get reached by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and hitting that bell button. Also share with your family and friends, and check out Cut. Like their videos, subscribe to them if you haven't already. Plenty of good videos from them, plenty of good content. I'm sure you'll like it if you like this video. I mean, you should. It's from them. It's just gonna be without me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much that means to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I hope it means a lot, because you know that mean a lot to me if it did. But you know what I'm saying? Let me not get it. I also got my new microphone here. Trying out this setup. I don't know, because this is like the best way for me to talk to it, to really hear my voice more, because I could try to move it out the camera some more. It's got the boom arm here too. I could try to move it out the camera some more like that, but I'm not sure how good the sound quality is on it when I have it like this. So I guess y'all could like tell me how this sounds right now compared to have it in this position like this, because it's the position I have it in when I'm playing games, when I'm streaming. And most people say that they can hear me better when I have it close to my mouth, of course. So I don't know if y'all mind having the microphone in the video, you know what I'm saying, my little friend here, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. And yeah, that's all I got. So I'm going to catch you guys next time. Peace.
Bad facts don't last, they always pass. Do you know?